everybody. Welcome to Astro Reads with AMZN. I am AMZN, and today we are doing our Aries August reading. So, Aries, let's get started. Okay, we're going to start with our general reading, then go into love, then go into career, and then lastly get some advice from my Oracle deck. Chiron is retrograding in Aries right now. I think this is the second time it's retrograding this year. I could be wrong. I think it did definitely retrograde last year though. Anyway, Chiron being in Aries is definitely bringing up some deep healing that needs to be done, bringing up early traumas, early childhood traumas and pain, so that we can heal from them for real and release it. So you might definitely be feeling it in your body, right? Because you are the first sign of the zodiac, and you are ruled by Mars. So Mars is, a planet of action and activity. That is also where we look on our birth charts to see how we like to, actually move and what we like to do with our bodies. So you might be feeling this very physically. You might be a lot more tired or more irritable. Like I said, more emotional. Like emotions are just going to be coming up because wounds are being hit again, or uncovered so that they can heal properly. So let's see what's going on with Aries in August. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's happening for you all in August? I just realized I'm using a different deck, but we're gonna use this as the main deck and then switch over to the Mermaid Tarot deck. Ooh, I will take both of those. Okay. Let's see if there's one more card that wants to come out. Okay. Well, this isn't too bad. Alright. So the first card that came out, the first two cards that came out were the Page of Cups and the Tower in reverse. So as far as the Page of Cups goes, this is, again, like I said, there's going to be a lot of emotions coming up, so that's why I feel like these cups are popping up. But I feel like this is, your emotions and what you're feeling. I feel like this is coming up for you more lately, especially this month, because there are things that you need to receive, right? Especially in regards to your emotions and love and things of that nature. I'm getting a lot of pressure on the back of my head right now. So I feel like this is something that you are learning to work with your emotions in certain ways and learning how to trust what you're feeling instead of just running away from feelings that aren't happiness or I don't know, anything positive, right? Oh, yes. It feels like someone's like hitting me in the back of my head right now. Yeah, y'all are feeling a lot, and it's okay. You know what I mean? And I feel like it has you really, really cautious. Here you are, and this is Martian energy, so Aries and Scorpio. You might have Scorpio placements. You might be dealing with someone with Scorpio placements. But sometimes the tower does have to fall, And there is moments before that fall happens, and I feel like that's the space that you're in right now, and it's very uncomfortable for you, which is why the Page of Cups is here, and then we also have the Ace of Cups here. So I think this is you learning how to nurture yourself, you learning how to navigate through your emotions in a way that is actually productive, and not just you kind of like bulldozing past them, but you're allowing them to like actually come through, right? So there's a lot of water energy here right now, and I know you want to act, and I know you want to like, again, kind of like just move by them and like do a little dip and jug in, but like this is something that you have to do for yourself, before you even consider anyone else, and their emotions and their feelings, and how to be there for them. Like, you have to learn how to be there for yourself emotionally, so that you can learn new and better ways of loving yourself, of supporting yourself, right? That's why both of these cups are here. You know, you're discovering how to be there for yourself. You are welcoming these new methods, this new energy that you are cultivating within, right? You are welcoming this for yourself. So allow it to happen and take actual time for yourself to do these things. Allow yourself to feel your emotions without running away from them, without judging yourself because you're feeling these emotions, and allow them to just come through. And also, don't be afraid of seeing the vulnerability in other people and being vulnerable with other people, you know, because that also helps with understanding how to nurture yourself. And we cannot heal in a vacuum, right? So you need community, you need the right support around you. So that's also what this is about as well. Yeah. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit in reverse, as the overall energy. So like I said, I know you're like, you want to come out and you want to like act and just kind of bypass these feelings, or bypass kind of the difficulty of navigating through these emotions or these feelings or whatever is coming up for you. But sometimes you just can't. Sometimes you have to sit there and be there with it. And also, I feel like this is to let go of the anxiety that you kind of put on yourself because you're feeling all of these things and you don't want to, right? At the end of the day, even though you don't want to feel these feelings, they are there, and they're going to continue to be there until you acknowledge them. So if anything, this card, the Hermit here, you might have Virgo or Gemini placements as well. The Hermit in reverse here is telling you to release that anxiety and be a bit more present in what you're feeling and where you are, instead of just trying to bulldoze past everything, so that you can get to your next goal, because there are steps that you need to take to get to that next stop. And if you skip those steps, they're just going to keep falling backwards, right? Right. Okay. So now let's move on to love and romance. We're going to start with single and dating Aries first. Then we're going to switch into committed Aries. So, what is going on in love and romance for single and dating Aries? Oop, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is going on in love and romance for single and dating Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Now I'm switching to the Mermaid Tarot deck. And what do single and dating Aries need to be aware of in regards to love and romance? Okay. All right. So, the first card we have out here is the Knight of Wands in reverse. You know, I feel like this is you maybe pulling back from pursuing someone. If you are pursuing someone right now, I also feel like this could be even misdirecting sexual energy, right? I feel like it could be you wanting to escape other feelings through sex and through dating and interacting with people in this way. And I would like to advise you against that, only because it's going to keep you in a never-ending cycle of avoidance and getting, you know, caught up with a bunch of other people and their emotions, and then when you don't want to deal with that, you just dash them away and go to the next thing. You know what I mean? Like that's not a good cycle you want to create for yourself, right? We have the Ten of Pentacles right after that. So foundations, right? Like what are you setting for yourself? What methods are you putting into play here? And are you looking to, and those methods that are being put into play, are they helping you grow? Can you build off of those things? And that's something that's important to keep in mind when you are dating, you know, kind of just like, what's the point? Like, what am I doing this for? What's the point? Casual dating, you know, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with casual dating, but understand why you're doing that and where that's coming from. Or why you prefer casual dating over being in something more serious, or whatever the case may be. Understanding where you are presently requires that vulnerability that we were talking about earlier. It requires you to be more present and allow your emotions and other things to come through, because that's where you'll find the answers to these questions. That's where you'll find the answers to these things that seem impossible to answer. You have to allow your emotions to inform you and help you learn yourself in these ways. So I advise against, you know, using sex as an escape, or using dating as an escape from whatever deeper feelings are actually under the surface, right? And that's what I feel like with the Knight of Cups here, what you need to be aware of. You know, it may look good to, you know, have this new energy coming in, or to pursue this new energy, but you also want to remember that you don't want to start something that you're not emotionally capable of handling, whether it be casual dating or serious dating. Like, you want to be able to make sure that this is something that you do have space for and that you do want to welcome into your life. Because like I said, you'll just get stuck in a never-ending cycle, or stuck in karmic cycles of avoidance and using sex as sex and dating and romance as a cover or a band-aid for what's actually happening beneath the surface. Yeah, because right at the bottom of the deck we have the World in reverse. So this is fixed energy, so Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius might have those placements. Also Capricorn, because this represents Saturn. So what habits are you setting into place? Like I said, what cycles are you creating for yourself, right? There's unfinished business here, is what this feels. Or like I said, being caught in a cycle that hasn't ended yet, because there's still things that you're doing to keep the cycle going. So make sure that you're being real and honest with yourself about what you need and why and where that all comes from, regardless of how serious or casual you are about dating and interacting with people romantically. Okay? Alrighty. Now for the committed Aries and monogamous and polyamorous relationships. What is August looking like for you? Let's see. Ooh. what is August looking like for committed Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in regards to love and romance? Okay. And what do committed Aries need to be aware of in regards to love and romance? Okay. Alrighty, Aries. So we have the Fool in reverse first. So this is definitely Aries energy, also Aquarius. So you might be dealing with someone with Aquarius placements, or other Aries placements. Somebody is afraid to take the next step. They aren't faithful in what may happen next because they're uncertain. Now, this could be you, or it could be your partner or partners. But there is hesitancy to move on to the next level, or to take the next step, whatever that may be, because you might be comfortable with how things are right now, or because your partner or your partners may be comfortable with the way that things are now, and it's hard to see what changes will occur if this next step is taken. But I will say that the good thing is the Four of Pentacles in reverse here. You know, this is kind of letting go of the way that you normally do things, right? Four is also a number of foundation and creating foundations. So, like, sometimes the ways that you do things aren't efficient or make the most sense, or kind of get in the way of elevating to the next level, right? So it's time to release those things. It's time to let go of, well, I like doing things this way, and I'm not gonna budge. Like, that's not helpful. And again, it's not just you in this relationship. Relationships of any kind require two people, involve two people at least, and both parties have to be considerate of each other. So if you're feeling fearful or uncertain about what's to come, if your partner has voiced that they're feeling fearful or uncertain about what's to come, sit with each other and talk about it, and figure out where specifically, you know, the fear is coming up. Is it because you know, this means like we're becoming more serious? Is it because of, you know, maybe feeling triggered because of something that happened in childhood or something that happened in past relationships? It's important to have those conversations so that you aren't getting frustrated with each other in that way and misunderstanding each other, and then it creates more problems, right? And what you need to be aware of is standing in your own way with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here. This is also representative of Jupiter, so you might have Sagittarius placements, Pisces placements as well, as Jupiter also rules Pisces in traditional astrology, so be aware of the ways that you are holding things back for yourself. And like I said, that could be with you know, being comfortable with where things are at now, and that's maybe how you feel, or that's maybe how your partner feels, but maybe your partner doesn't feel that way, or you don't feel that way. Like, okay, it's time for more. It's time to elevate. It's time to get more serious or take commitment to the next level. But something is standing in that way, and it may be you, or it may be your partner or partner standing in the way of that happening. So it feels like nothing's happening within the relationship. It feels like there's no growth. It feels like you've kind of like hit a cap, and that's not that doesn't have to be true if you all are being honest and open with each other about your fears, about expectations, about boundaries, about needs, and all of those things. So let's see. Yeah, at the bottom of the deck we have the Tower in reverse. So more Martian energy, Scorpio, Aries. There's 3 major cards here. So there's a lot, or there's not a lot, but there are more major shifts that have to occur within yourself or for your partner, that they have to do within themselves for it to translate into this relationship and what happens next. Okay? Because, like I said, either you or your partners are going to be proceeding with like caution about something. That's what the Tower in reverse is showing here too. Like, this is the second time the Tower in reverse has popped up. So all this caution, it's okay to be cautious, but this feels like fear, being fearful and feeling really uncertain about what's to come or what move to make next, or even just getting yourself out of what you are used to. But eventually, if that doesn't happen, if those changes don't happen, then that Tower flips upright and divine timing will show what is going to happen with these things. So be proactive in that sense, right? Where, okay, you feel the rumblings of this something happening right now. Let's be real about it. Let's talk about it. Let's be honest with each other about it and move from there. Okay? All right. So now let's shift gears into career and finance. What's going on for Aries this month in their career and finances? Oh, excuse me. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. There might be some solar plexus blocks for you, Aries. You might have been having more stomach problems, more bowel problems. It might even be harder to breathe sometimes. Let's see. Like I said at the beginning, Chiron being in Aries, you're going to be more aware physically of the emotional discomfort that you're feeling. So let's see. What's going on for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in their career and finances? And how can Aries have a better relationship with their career and finances? Ooh, 2 cards came out. Okay, let's see here. So first we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. I feel like this is having difficulty connecting with your work. You might and this could be because of something totally unrelated to your work, something emotional that's totally unrelated to your work that is affecting your work or affecting your finances right now. It's something that you are also not really ready to deal with or receive or like dive into. But I will say that it's going to show itself with the High Priestess here. You might have Pisces placements. This is Pisces card. You might have Pisces placements. you might be dealing with someone with Pisces placements as far as like work or colleagues, peers. I also feel like this is going to reveal what's been kind of like blocking your not your intuition, blocking your creativity. You know, creating things, working on things is a very emotional process still. As much as we like to say, you know, business and personal are two different things. Like, business depends on people. You have to connect with people in specific ways for them to patronize your business or to hire you for a service or whatever the case may be. And that can be felt through your marketing, advertising, networking when you're dealing with things emotionally, you know, and it affects the business decisions that you're making. So take the time to deal with whatever this underlying thing is that you're not trying to, you know, really dive into, right? Because like I said, it's going to be revealed to you whether you want it to be or not. Like I said, emotions, when you don't acknowledge them, they become stronger or louder or bigger until you acknowledge them and then really start to deal with things. So tap into your intuition more when it comes to the financial and career choices that you're making as well, because that will guide you into a space where you're not overexerting yourself, where you can grow, and where it actually feels good to be doing that work, right? And what you need to be aware of here, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, followed by the Five of Swords in reverse. And I feel like this is recognizing that, you know, you don't have to jump at every single opportunity, but also to remember that you can create opportunities for yourself, and you don't always have to feel pressured to take on a bunch of things outside of you. You know, you can do these things for yourself. You can build things for yourself, or give yourself the space to do that, right? You don't have to look for someone else to give you that space, or even give you permission to go forth into something new, right? You can do that for yourself, and it's important to remember that as well. And with the Five of Swords in reverse, you know, this is just, again, recognizing where you're putting your energy and not getting caught up in unnecessary conflicts. You know, Aries, sometimes you can be argumentative just for the sake of it, and that is not productive. That is not helpful, and sometimes it leaves bad tastes in people's mouth. And you don't want to do that, because it obviously can affect partnerships, it can affect sponsorships, it can affect people investing in you, or wanting to patronize your business, hire you for services, or whatever it is that you're doing for work. So keep that in mind. You know, some arguments are not worth it. Some things you don't have to entertain. And it's not a matter of not standing up for yourself or getting bitched out. It's really just like, this is not even worth the energy. This is not worth me getting upset about. This is not worth me even trying to have a real discussion, because you're able to recognize where someone's reception level is, right? So if they can't receive what you're saying, then you're not going to keep wasting time, right? Or you're not going to antagonize, because that's what the Five of Swords, when it's upright, that's what the Five of Swords is about too, antagonizing folks. So like you don't want to put yourself in situations where you're antagonizing other people, where you're where you're really just picking fights. There we go. Picking fights with people. Just don't. It's not worth the energy. It's not. Right? Is at the bottom of the deck. We have the Ace of Swords here. So that clarity, like I said, if you don't know what it is now, it's gonna come in. It's gonna come in. But you're feeling it first, and that's hard to deal with. It's okay. Allow yourself to feel it and trust what you're feeling, because the answer will be revealed to you, right? And we have the moon here at the right after the Ace of Swords, the moon in reverse. So we have two very highly intuitive cards here. It's gonna come in. You'll see it and you'll feel it. All right, Aries, just trust yourself. Trust yourself and allow yourself to feel the feels. Okay? Alrighty. So lastly, let's get some advice from my Oracle deck. Any advice for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Any advice for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for August? I know that's right. Okay. So, yes. Come on now. Okay. This is why I love tarot. I love tarot so much. Cleansing. The crystal here is black tourmaline. The totem is a feather, and the number is 6. Cleansing. Black tourmaline. I have black tourmaline. It's great for grounding. So I also feel like some root chakra work is definitely important here. Like I said, childhood traumas are coming up, issues about security. Again, your body, your needs in that way are coming up, especially with Chiron and Aries right now. So allow yourself to feel so that you can release and cleanse yourself of what no longer serves you, of the things that that have created tension within your body. Release those things, right? Because right after that we have self-mastery, and the totem is a spider, the crystal is topaz, and the number is 27, which breaks down to a 9. And 9 is the number of independence. 6 is a number of balance, right? So when you can cleanse, or when you feel the need to cleanse, it's because there's an imbalance somewhere. So now it's time to regulate, right? Cleansing is a part of regulation. And that's also you training your body how to release the tension that is trapped in your muscles, that's trapped in your blood and bones, and is affecting your health, right? It helps you release that. And self-mastery is about exactly what it sounds like. How are you holding yourself up? How do you define what that means for you? How do you enact those things and enforce those things through your daily activities and the ways that you speak to yourself, the interactions that you have, and so on and so forth, right? Self-mastery and cleansing can definitely help you navigate through these difficult emotions that are coming up, and through connecting with people in a more vulnerable way, so that you're not just avoiding your emotions, or only allowing anger to come through, or only acknowledging anger and frustration, but acknowledge the full spectrum of your emotions, because that is where your self-mastery begins, okay? And then through that, you learn how to transmute that energy in physical ways and in more spiritual ways as well. Okay, Aries? I hope these messages resonate. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and share with the homies. Subscribe. If you want a tip, that info will be below. If you'd like a reading, that info will also be below. And thank you for checking me out. I will see you all next month.